Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how to make yourself competitive in the dating market as a single mother. Well, we all know that there's so many situations that could arise from one being a single mother. Number one, you could have a husband who passed away and you could be all alone raising your kids. Number two, you could be as a result of divorce, and the divorce could be your fault or his fault. Either way, you happen to be a single mother. It could be as a result of a previous relationship where you got pregnant and you're not married, and so you're raising your kid out of wedlock. So there's so many situations whereby women can be single mothers, but that does not mean that you do not deserve love. Single mothers deserve love as well. But the issue you have to understand is how to make yourself competitive. You got to understand that being a single mother is a disadvantage because most men are not intrigued with the idea of trying to raise someone else's kids. And looking at the economy today, it is quite expensive to raise kids, considering one who is not your own. So, like, ladies, how do you become competitive? In the dating market, just like Kevin Samuels says, you are at a disadvantage. Low probability for men to pick you as a mate, or for marriage because of probably the baggage that you may have. So today I want to give you like tips on how to be competitive in the dating market. Number one, you have to understand that you have to put your ego aside. You have to understand that you are at a disadvantage first. Once you understand that, then you'll begin to become more humble. And what happens when you become humble? You allow men of all types of, regardless of how they look and their financial status, you give them a chance. Remember, you're at a disadvantage. So putting your skills high on the dating market will only leave you single for quite a long time. I know it's okay to say that you want to aim higher, but you have to understand that you are at a very high disadvantage, and not many men are willing to date women who have children. Not many men are willing to marry women who have children. They might date you for a time, but they will not seriously commit to you. So number one, you have to understand you're at a disadvantage. Number two, what next? You have to make sure that your child or children is at an advantage for the guy, so that the guy is willing to consider taking you and your children. You have to understand that with the laws currently today nowadays, men have to bear a responsibility when it comes to raising the household, and they provide majority of the financial share of the house. So you have to understand that any man who's coming to date you or marry you is looking at the children that you have with you, and you have to make sure they are an advantage to the man. So that's tip number two. And tip number three, you have to make sure that you can be able to resolve the conflicts that come between you and your man and your children. You have to ensure that your man can be able to discipline your kids. If your man is not able to discipline your kids, that's going to throw the man off, because there's going to be a point where you're going to have to choose either your children or him. So leaving him with the highest authority of discipline will give him some high consideration for him to consider you as a partner. So that's one of the things you should also consider when you're trying to get a man. Remember, you're in a high competitive market. There are so many young women. There's so many childless women. Why should the man pick you? You have to make sure that you give him all the benefits and the advantages that he could get by being with you. So you have to understand that the dating market right now is quite ruthless. As time goes by, there are more and more young women coming in. There are more and more young childless women coming in. So you have to make sure that this man sees, why should I pick you? You have to give him the best advantage possible for him to choose you. It's quite competitive out there. There's a lot of single women who are wishing to have a man for serious commitment. You might have a man who might be dating you for a time, just sleeping with you, but you don't have a man who's going to seriously commit to you. So you have to understand that you have to give him all the benefits so that he may consider you. Why should he not pick a single childless woman? Single mothers need love as well. So you have to be quite competitive in the dating market. You have to understand that you're at a disadvantage, and you have to understand that you have to be the best that you could ever be. Another point also that could help is making sure that you're fit, feminine, and friendly, and cooperative and submissive. These are all the qualities that Kevin Samuels spoke of. This will give you an advantage in the dating market as well. You know, a man will look at a pretty, beautiful, childless lady, but if she's not fit, feminine, friendly, and cooperative or submissive, he will be thrown off as well. So if you have all those 5 qualities, that will also be to an advantage to you as well. So you have to bear in mind that you have to make sure that your man has the best possible benefits by being with you, because he's taking upon your children as well. So those are all one of the tips that I could give you. We can have some discussion in the comments. So you tell me what you think about that, and see you on my next video.